Hello there YouTube, my name is Derek and today I'm going to be showing you how to do a crossfade between your zones on the Korg Kronos. It is absolutely possible to have a crossfade between your split zones on your Korg Kronos, and so I'm going to go ahead and show you how to do that right now. So first thing we need to do is we need to actually be in combination mode. Now when you turn on your Kronos, by default you're going to be in, well, you're actually going to be on the set list. But you don't want to be in the set list, you don't want to be in program mode, you want to be in combination mode or combi mode, and you simply do that by pressing the combi button on your Kronos. And now here we are in our combination mode. It's got 16 different channels or 16 different tracks with all different kinds of instruments and different things like that that you can do with combination. But we actually want an initialized combi, so I don't want instruments, as you can see right here, it already has instruments and stuff in there. I want to select an initialized one. So I'm going to come over here to the category search and just come all the way down on the left hand side where it says user 16. Click there, and now all these combinations, they say initial combi or init combi. You can just click on number 1 there, and all I have to do is just come over here and hit OK. And now I have an initialized combi, and all 16 tracks are now just piano because it's now initialized and it's ready for me to edit it the way that I want to. So what I'm going to do is on channel number 1, I'm going to leave it a piano, and we're going to actually focus on channel number 2. And I want to change channel number 2 to a cello. So the way I do that is going to come over here, and I'm just going to hit this little arrow to select the instrument that I want. I'm going to come down to bank number B or bank letter B and select cello G legato, and then just hit OK. And so now on channel number 1 I have a piano, and channel number 2 I have a cello. And so, but when I hit the piano, or the keys rather, all I hear is channel number 1, which is the piano, and I actually want to be able to hear both of them. So the way I'm going to hear both of them is I've got to come over here where it says timbre parameter and click that tab there. And I've got to change this number here where it says number 2. I've got to change it so it says the same thing as this one, which is 01G. I believe that stands for global, and I can do that by just moving the jog wheel counterclockwise until it can go no further. And now they both say 01G. And now when I hit the keyboard, you have piano and cello. So what I really have here is I have a layer. I've got piano and cello, and across the entire board is going to be both of those instruments. But I don't want to do that. I'm actually going to create a split. And so in order to create a split, I have to adjust the zones. And I adjust the zones by coming over here to where it says MIDI filter zones, and I click there. Now I can adjust the various the zone parameters for each sound. And so the first zone I'm going to adjust is going to be actually channel number 1, which is my piano. And I'm going to, I want the piano to be on the top end of the keyboard, not the bottom end. I want it to be up here and not down here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come over here and see where it says bottom key here. I have to adjust the bottom key for channel number 1. I click there where it says C1, and I'm going to click on the key that I want it to, that I want to be the bottom note, and I do that by holding down enter and then hitting the key. And now the bottom note for the piano is C3. If I go below C3, it's nothing but cello. Anything above C3, you have piano as well. And so now I need to adjust the zone for the cello itself. And the way I'm going to do that is I'm going to come over here to channel number 2, and where it says top key, and I'm going to adjust the top key. And the top key I'm going to do is going to actually be C4 for the cello. So it's going to be the top key there. So now the top key for the cello is C4. Anything above that is only going to be piano. So right now what I have is below C4 is nothing but cello. And below C3 is nothing but cello. And above C4 is nothing but piano. All right, perfect. But in the middle of C3 and C4, you have piano and cello playing together as a layer. And that's on purpose because that is the octave in which I want to adjust the zone so that I can get a crossfade. And the way you do that is by using these other parameters here where it says top and bottom slope. So I'm going to adjust what's called the bottom slope for the piano. And I do that by clicking here, and I can adjust the bottom slope. Now the bottom slope, what I want to happen is, as I go from C4 down to C3, I want the piano to fade out. And so I do that by saying I want the bottom slope, I want the bottom octave to fade out. So I come over here and I just hit 12 on my numeric keypad, and the 12 is for an octave. And now the piano, as I go down from C4 to C3, it actually fades out. And then I'm going to do the same thing for my cello, but I'm going to have to adjust the top slope, because as I go up from C3 to C4, I want the cello to fade out, so I need to adjust the top slope. And since I want it to be over 1 octave, I hit 12, and now it will, it'll fade out. So now I have a crossfade. So it goes gradually from cello to piano, or vice versa. So way down here, you have nothing but cello. As you get higher and higher, it gradually crossfades into piano. So that's a good way to adjust your crossfade, so that if you were to play, if you're playing the piano and you had 2 different zones, 2 different instruments going on, and you had a split, if you were to cross over a specific note, it would be less noticeable if you did that when you were playing. And you can even adjust here, like I come back, I go over here to play, and on the program and program select and mixer, I can bring the cello down some in my mixer, and I can make the crossfade even better. So it's less noticeable when it goes from one instrument to the other instrument with the crossfade. And then all I have to do is come over here if I wanted to save that, and I could just say right combination, and there you go. And then I could name it whatever I wanted to name it, and then I could save it wherever I wanted to save it, and then that would be my saved program with my cross-faded zones. So anyway, I hope this helped somebody, and that's it. I'll see you on the next video.